What's up, Desktopers? Xavier Wills here for Desktop Bodybuilding. We're back for another daily bodybuilding news live, but a special edition today. Today I'm joined by Callum Hinze. Is that how you pronounce it?
It's actually Hinze. You got to forget the
Hinze.
Hinze on the end. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, my bad, man. Because
Close.
I actually,
Close.
when the intro was rolling, I'm like, I should have asked you how to pronounce your last
We know,
name. But
we know now. It's all good.
but also obviously Stanimal Stan the Longeaux, who's 7 weeks out now of what is it? That Orlando show, is it?
Yeah, Orlando USA Fit Games, Orlando Pro.
Yeah, formerly like the Europa, hey.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
But Callum, I'll start with you, man. Like you're obviously 1 day out now, less than
Yeah.
24 hours out of your pro debut there at the Pittsburgh Pro, which is got to be pretty exciting. And I'll feature some of your physique updates on here as well. And people are going to be blown away by your structure and shape. And I've actually been blown away by it this prep because it seems like your waist is maybe even tighter and smaller than before, but everything else has sort of gotten bigger. So it creates like a crazy illusion. But man, how's the prep been and how are you feeling about tomorrow?
Yeah, it's been a really good prep. Like, I think we started prep like right at the start of January, pulled things in, and then, it is everything just sort of comes together as time goes on and as you get closer. But I think you're right. Like, I've always had like a small waist and a sort of naturally broad shoulders. And I've spent a good year and a bit building up my strength even more, which sort of creates even more of that illusion from like, I guess, hip to waist ratio. So I'm keen to see the final package tomorrow, how everything all looks with a bunch of added mass.
Yeah,
While, keeping all the shape for classic.
and you've added a bunch of mass too, so it's really really impressive. I'm trying to share the screen right now, but it's having issues. But I'll see if I can do that in
Haven't
just a
started
second.
tanning yet? You do everything tomorrow?
What was that?
The tanning, you haven't started yet?
Yeah, they do it all tomorrow, which is weird. So I've got like an early morning base coat and then another coat a few hours later, and then the final touch ups before the stage. So it's all in the one day, which I was confused with at first, but
Yeah.
that's why I'm still pale.
Okay.
But yeah, they do it all in the day, and then I'll probably have to be there most of the day from the morning up until prejudging at 3. But that's all right. Hang out and chat with everyone.
Yeah,
But
I was just surprised because I was like, it's already like 10 p.m. for you, right?
Yeah, I'm about to go to bed, but then it's pretty much wake up and go get tan straight away, pretty much. So
Yeah.
Can you guys see my screen now?
no, I can see you. I can see your face.
Oh, is it just me? Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, just the three of us. Yeah.
Okay, weird. I don't know. Oh, wait, here we go. I think I can do it now. It's going to share the entire screen because for some reason it's not choosing the other tab. But can you see it now?
Now we can. Yeah.
Okay, so this is obviously 9 hours ago you posted this one, and like I said, your waist is like minute, your quads are like nice and round, you got a good level of muscularity. You're obviously competing against I've seen obviously updates from Patrick Tour's client Michael DeBull, who looks absolutely crazy and he's super dense. So how do you feel? Because you've got somewhat similar physiques, but your waist is obviously another level of small, and the tape is just insane. How do you feel like you match up against a guy who's like a top 10 Olympian like that?
That's what I'm really excited for, because I have no idea. Hey, like, obviously my first pro show, I've never stood next to an actual pro on stage. So like, I'm confident that I'll do well, but you never really know confidently how you're going to look until you stay next to him, really. So yeah, I look at people like Michael, like he's always in awesome condition. So I think I'm at the point now that I'm pretty happy with the condition that we've brought. So I think that's going to be, I guess, one of my strong points. And then it's just, I guess, waiting up and seeing how all the strengths and weaknesses of all the, like, I guess, specific individuals just compare side by side. That's the telltale, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm sort of the same way, even with your physique. Like, I know you're going to do well, but just how well and how does your level of muscularity match up? Because you said you weighed in a few kilograms, well, a little bit under the weight limit. Is that right?
Yeah, it's confusing because they do it in pounds over here, and I'm used to kilos. But I think I weighed in at 208 pounds, and I think my weight cap's 215 or 214 pounds. So,
you're
about 6 or 7 pounds to play with.
So I got 6 or 7 to play with, which is exciting because I know I can just keep making improvements without having to restrict myself too much with the off season and growing and stuff. But
that's exciting, man. Because to see this physique with an extra 7 pounds, and if you really manipulated water, maybe it'd be even more that you could add.
I think that photo there, I think I was right on weight.
Oh, okay, yeah, obviously
I dropped a bit and tightened up a bit since then as well. So we we pulled a fair few kilos the last few weeks.
Mm. Dude, this side leg as well, that's actually really impressive for me too. I hadn't noticed that to that level on you before. I don't know if that's something that's come up a huge amount since your last show.
Yeah, a lot of hamstring. I've done a lot of hamstring work in the last off season as well. So I think the legs in general have come up a fair bit, but yeah, hamstring, I think density from the sides sort of come up a bit. I think these photos here, what were these ones? These ones were when I was probably at like my most depleted, I think. Yeah. So we're still in the process of carefully filling up now. So I think we've still got a bit more room to fill up some more tomorrow, leading up into the afternoon show. So I'm keen to see how it looks when we're full to the brim. But yeah, I'm happy with how everything's been going.
Very excited for you, man. And Stan, I want to get on to your updates too, man, because which is your latest one? Is it this one?
The back one, yeah, but that's already 2-3 weeks. But I don't really.
Oh, was it?
I mean, the updates, yeah. I don't put. Oh, 6. Yeah, but I think that was from a week ago, so 2 weeks now.
Yeah, and you're like shredded here, man. And then you were like, this is 8 weeks out. So it's like, is this your plan to get ready early and then fill up into the show even more so at the end? Because it's like this conditioning is really good 8 weeks out.
I mean, we were just cruising, to be honest. I mean, there's a filter on that also, but like we're just on a really good pace right now. We just have a little weekly system, 2 high days and low days, still like 300 plus grams of carbs, but. So like every week I lose about a pound a week basically, but like drastically change the condition. So I don't think we're going to change much. We're just going to start having to fill out, like eat more, I think, because we just now we're starting hardening now this week. So
yeah, and yeah, there's definitely, man, like I think you're going to make some good leaps on last year as well, which is exciting because you've been making good gains every year, which is really, really cool to see. So, man, I'm excited for both of you. Obviously, Callum's coming up in under 24 hours, so we want to get into it and not keep you too long, man. But obviously, we're going to discuss the classic physique. Like I said, Michael de Bull's a guy that you're competing against who's got to be one of the front runners for the show as well. But is there any other names that you can think of off the top of your head that I suppose front runners in this show?
I saw the competitor list and there was a bunch of names that were very familiar. Who's the other one? I think Camilio. I don't know exactly.
Yes, yeah.
But he was at the Olympia. I don't know if he cracked the top 10, but I know he's done well in shows in the last like year or so. He looks pretty solid.
Yeah, just classic like last year, and it was really good move for him. He was a bodybuilder. He used to train with the prep with Asido, but
what's his name again?
Camilo Diaz.
Yeah.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, he looks good.
Yeah. No, he's very good, very complete.
He's another one with a really small waist as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's him.
I mean, he was always, coming up looking good in bodybuilding shows, but he was just not really having the size. And then he decided to switch to classic, and it's paying off for him really well.
Ah, yep. I've seen this guy. Yeah, that'll be an interesting battle because you guys both have tiny waist there as well. I don't know if you've seen that guy recently that has that crazy tiny waist, like black dude that
I know
everyone's been posting stuff of.
Yeah, is he doing the Island show or something this weekend as well?
I know he's doing a show very, very soon, but I have no idea what show it was.
Yeah, I've seen it. He looks epic, hey? Yeah.
Dude, I want to pull that up because I know this is a little bit off topic, but is there anyone else outside of this Camilo guy that comes to mind that is like a top sort of guy, or is it that sort of the guys that you sort of know?
I'm really bad with names, but I've seen a few photos pop up of guys who look good, but I'm horrible with names. There's a few good like physique photos and updates I've seen, but yeah, this guy's awesome.
Yeah, no waist Yemi IFBB Pro practicing his posing ahead of the muscle contest Island. Yep, you're right. Video taken last week at 9 days out. Man, that's like Brian Buchanan lookalike. Like waist, it's absolutely insane. I think he needs more size overall as a pro to really kill it in this division. But like that is,
it's pretty awesome. Yeah,
just crazy, just crazy. But
very unique physique for sure.
Yeah, it's like it doesn't look real, and it makes me wonder. Like, has he used a waist trainer? What has he done or is that just purely genetic?
His hips are pretty small.
They're tiny, aren't they?
Yeah.
So insane. Anyway, let's move on. Let's talk a little bit more about this show. And I wanted to discuss the guest posing as well, because we're seeing, there's a lot of really good guys doing this Pittsburgh Pro Guest Posing, and still got second place in Mr Olympia in Derek Lunsford, who's going to be up there on stage as well. And he sort of that was the show where he shocked everyone and was sort of the big push as to why he actually went into the Open. Now, his physique updates lately have been pretty damn impressive. He's looking big. I know he's in a growth phase because he did come off and was doing a sort of a detox thing for a while, and it seems like that he's back into growing now. So I think he's going to look really, really impressive again. But Stan, do you see anyone out of Big Ramy, Nick Walker, or anything like that can actually maybe look more impressive than Derek Lunsford?
I don't know, but the thing is, with Nick, we know exactly what to expect, pretty much. I mean, we've seen him compete recently. He just guest posed months ago, so we kept seeing him. I mean, obviously he's in Vegas, so for me, I feel like I see him everywhere, and he posts a lot of updates. So we kind of know what he's going to look like. It's just how they're going to compare to each other. But I think the wow factor, like what did Derek do last year, surprised everybody by his size. I don't think it's going to happen again. I think it's just going to be we're going to be amazed by how big he is and stuff, but we're not going to be. I don't think it's going to be on next level, because I feel like it just started really, like, his off season, like his mass push right now, like maybe a month ago or so. I want to say.
But do you know what's crazy? Like, when he looked like this, he said he was trying to restrict food at the time.
Yeah.
Like, he wasn't trying to eat too much, and that's probably why he's in such great condition.
Yeah.
But
Crazy.
yeah, it's like if he's actually pushed it now and he's becoming full blown, because like Big Ramy, like they just had Ramadan, and as far as I know that he does do Ramadan as well, which is where you can only eat in the dark hours of the day. And
but usually you just switch up,
What's that?
What they do, like Hassan, when he was prepping for shows during Ramadan, he was here in Vegas like 2 years ago. He would just wake up like late in the day, and and leave at night. So he would eat his meals at night during the the nighttime, so the sun was out.
Do you reckon Ramy does that, like, fully though?
I don't know how Ramy does it, but I would he could.
Yeah, for sure. We haven't seen any updates, obviously, and I always notice when Ramadan's on, we never see updates from Ramy. So I don't know if that's a factor of it. But he doesn't post that much to begin with. But like you mentioned about Nick before as well. Now, Nick's obviously just competed. He seems like he's keeping things pretty tight at least, and tighter than last off season as well. And he's looking pretty damn impressive. So he could be the one who sort of shocks everyone, because obviously just competing, it doesn't seem like he's going through a big downsize period or anything, where I don't know what he's doing, but he looks pretty damn impressive. How do you think he'll look, Callum, at this upcoming guest posing?
From photos I've seen, he's looking pretty damn massive. Like, I think he's at the point now, which is good for guest posing, because he's still like holding on to some sort of detail, but he's looking just jacked as hell. That's the photo I saw, and that sort of like just creates that massive wow factor when you step on stage at guest posing and stuff. Like, people just want to see if you're looking freaky. I reckon he looks pretty freaky right now. I'm really keen to watch it, eh?
Yeah, because you'll obviously be there, man. I've got to sort something out with you so you can get some footage for me for the channel or something.
Yeah, well, it's on the guest posing is on the day after my show, so I'm just going to be sitting in the crowd enjoying it, watching it.
Oh man, take a video sideways in HD and send it to me, and I'll be forever grateful.
Sneak in the good camera and send them your way.
Yeah, my man. But yeah, Nick's looking absolutely crazy. I think he's going to look better than he did last year. I was looking at like some of these updates. I'm like, that just actually doesn't even look real.
That's freaky, eh?
Oh, you can see Brett Wilkin here as well. Obviously, member of Bodybuilding University, says Photoshop. Top comment on there.
That's awesome, eh?
Yeah, it's crazy. And then he posted this video as well. So it's like, obviously guys go through stages of off season where they don't post anything. Nick posts constantly of how he looks. So he's always big, at least to some extent, even if he does, pull things back supplement wise, he's still absolutely enormous. So I think he's going to be one of the most impressive at this guest posing coming up for sure.
Yeah, definitely. He's really big, right? I mean, I saw him doing legs the other day. I don't know if it was the pump or something. His legs looked even bigger than usual. Now he's going to be huge. The thing is, like Derek, I don't know if he already, really like reaching his max weight, off-season weight. I think he just got started on that. So that's why I don't think like Derek is going to shock us like he did last year. But
yeah, that's a fair call. What do you think about Samson, man? Because Samson, like he said he was doing a clearing out period in his halfway through it, and where was that? That would have been, and he was still like 310 or 3.7 or 3.8 or something like that.
Yeah.
But like he always looks crazy, even if he's off. I know he did the guest posings at Fuad show last year when he was off. This one was while he's in Poland. He posted this 2 days ago.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that he's going to blow people away as much as maybe people think, because people don't actually think about when guys are on and when guys are off. And Samson did have a clearing out period, whether that means he's on GH or if he's completely off everything, or if he's on, whatever, like a small like replacement dose. I don't know what sort of clearing out period it is, but he tends to always stay looking big. So how do you think Samson will look at this one, considering he's probably maybe just getting back on, or he's maybe still off?
Did you say this photo was only a couple of weeks ago?
Well, he posted this 2 days ago, so yeah, great time in Poland. So I don't know if it was pretty good days ago or longer.
He's got a big frame though, so he'll look impressive regardless, I feel.
Yeah.
He's a big guy. But if he's looking like that now, I reckon he'll look good under the lights and stuff as well with the pump.
Yeah. And I think when he like actually does sort of like ramp things up, people are going to go, oh, okay, that Pittsburgh Pro Guest Posing wasn't Samson full blown completely. You know what I mean? So maybe he'll just start a week before to get that fullness back initially. I mean, that's what probably a lot of people would probably do. But because this Pittsburgh Pro Guest Posing, it really is like it's a good promotional thing, because think about how much publicity Derek Lunsford got from it last year. It's like that's valuable to a company like Evogen and all that, like, because it's just more publicity for the bodybuilder, which leads to more publicity for the brand. So it's obviously advantageous for these guys to look their best at these guest posings. But if it interferes with your potential run to the Olympia, I understand why they wouldn't go all out necessarily. But who else is doing this guest posing? We had Rafael Brandao, who dropped out of the guest posing.
Clarida, I heard Sean Clarida is doing it.
Clarida's doing it. Yeah, I'm interested to see how he looks. I mean, he's sort of got a bit of a preview of what he looks like. Where is it? Clarida. But he always looks good, man. He's one of those guys that just makes sort of improvements year to year, whether it's like really noticeable improvements in terms of his physique, or if it's like, he's getting stronger in the gym. He's always like leveling up. So he's obviously a dad now, but like I can't wait to see what this looks like up against, because we got to see him against like big Ramy, but I can't wait to see it against all these other guys again, like Derek Lunsford, now that they're both, they both were 212 champions and used to battle against each other. It'd be cool to see just that comparison again in an off-season scenario.
Well, isn't it? It's pretty much the whole top 10 of the Olympia, isn't it? Minus like only a couple guys.
Yeah, we've got Hunter Labrada there. I don't think Andrew Jack's guest posing, is he, Stan?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
No, because we've got Hunter doing it as well.
Hunter, yeah.
So Hunter last year was sort of like the forgotten man, because a lot of people were talking about Nick Walker and also talking about Derek Lunsford, obviously, at that one, and how they look next to each other. But Hunter was sort of like the third best guy there, I'd say, at the guest posing last year. And it seems like this year he's sort of keeping the waist a bit tighter, and he's made that a big focus for his prep. This is inside of 13 and 15 weeks out. So I don't know what he means inside of. Oh, okay. So 13 weeks out from Tampa, and then 15 weeks out from Texas. So 277.6 pounds here. So I think that Hunter's going to look pretty good at this guest posing. Do either of you guys think that Hunter could sort of outmatch any of these guys and sort of shock people, or do you think that sort of will be sort of similar to last year?
I think he's another guy that's sort of always got that freaky sort of like bubbly sort of quality to him, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I reckon when people like him look that 3D when he's not deep into prep, I feel like if he can look like that now, he's going to look pretty solid against everyone else who's probably deeper off season.
Yeah, that's true. And he's getting sharper as well. And like, it looks like to be like maybe a little bit of a different level of density this year, I suppose, maybe just another year in the gym as well. So, Stan, what do you think about Hunter?
Well, Hunter is always like in pretty good shape, so he never really like looks off for guest posing. He's always in good shape.
Yeah.
But right now, like you said, I think he looks really good. I mean, he focused on his waist, and he's got plenty of size. I mean, when I saw his update the other day, I was just thinking how big he is, just a big guy.
Before he got 7th at the Olympia as well, a lot of people were saying that, oh, he's not as big as you think. And then everyone sort of stood up and realized, No, Hunter's big, and like when he actually does that turning at side ab shot now, it's like his delts and everything are popping that little bit extra. So I think Hunter's going to look really impressive. Will he be able to match the sort of size of like Nick Walker, which obviously grabs eyes at guest posings, and obviously Samson has the huge structure. So it's like sort of a lineup of guys that doesn't really work for him. Not that it's a contest anyway, but it's where he could be a little bit lost. But I think he's looking so crazy that he's going to get noticed at his guest posing as well. So yeah, it's going to be really cool to see. But I suppose I'll ask both of you guys, Callum, who do you think will look most impressive at this guest posing in Pittsburgh?
I don't know. I still think, although you're saying that Derek's not deep in his growth phase yet, I still think Derek's going to look freaky just because he has that hectic V-taper for a guy with so much size. Like, I remember at the Olympia, he came out and he just hit that front relax shot at the start of his routine. And just just the shape he has with that much size just sort of catches everyone's eye. So I feel like even if he's not his best, which he won't be obviously for guest posing, I still think that's going to be like pretty eye-catching to see.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I'm going to say Derek Lunsford as well. Stan, who have you got for most impressive at this guest posing?
I think it's going to be between Derek and Nick. I think obviously Derek is always since he's working with Hani, he's been always in great shape. So I don't see him like looking. I mean, he was cruising, at the Arnold. He was just like TRT or whatever. He was basically off, and he's still like in really, really good condition. So even now he's like trying to grow. I think he's going to be in really good condition, and like his silhouette, like Callum said, that's really like what carries him. Like he doesn't even need to have details, just that wide, broad shoulders, big, small waist. It just it wows you. So
yeah, I think it's Derek or Nick, because like Nick is looking so crazy in that recent video, but it sways me to say Nick, because that is just he's looking more like a cartoon than ever. And he's saying that he doesn't even train arms that much now. And it's like they actually look bigger than ever, which is wild. And I just noticed actually we've got Nick Walker's mum, I think, Tracy Walker, and she said, Nick. She's actually the coolest, man. Like I love like hearing Nick talk about his mum and how supportive his mum and his dad are. It's really, really cool to see. I'll just quickly go to the listener questions. We'll wrap this thing up because I know you got to get to bed, man. Capone Dedication is asking, Stan, are you French?
Yes, I am. Oui, je suis né à Paris, d'ailleurs.
What was that?
I was born in Paris.
Ah, nice. Crohn's Lifter says, good luck tomorrow, Callum. Is he the only Aussie competing in Pittsburgh? Are you the only Aussie?
I think, I am. Yes.
Yeah.
To be honest,
Cool.
I don't know if there's been an Australian who's done classic in Pittsburgh yet.
Oh, cool.
From what I'm aware of. So,
I can't remember any Aussies, so.
Yeah, I don't know if there's many Australians who've done many of these shows in classic, that is, considering it's a newer category. But yeah, I don't know. But for this show, yeah.
It's cool to do some firsts as an Aussie pro for sure. Jay Cherry says Nick and Derek going to be battling it out for the Olympia in November, possibly. But
I feel like that's kind of like the unspoken, rivalry from the guest posing is going to be between them two.
Yeah, it's building it. I like it. Sko Gotti says, where does Beef Stew place at the New York Pro? So Stan, do you have any opinion where Beef Stew places, which is Stuart Sutherland, who I've got an interview with going up within 24 hours of this video. So stay tuned for that. But where do you see him placing at the New York Pro?
I think he's going to make first call out. I forgot all the names. I believe Tonio is favorite to win. As far as the list I remember, I don't know if everybody was on it either.
Well, Carlos Thomas is out now, and I actually did a video yesterday. As far as Sergio, I don't believe he hasn't got his travel sorted, so I don't think he'll be there.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're the sort of main names, and then you've got guys like Robin Strand, who's looking really good. You've got there's a whole bunch, man. There's a lot of guys on sort of a similar level. Just after that, so there's a bunch of guys that could contend, but Eric Wood, who I just interviewed as well, he looks sensational, like really good. Patrick Tool client, but will he have the size? So yeah, for me, I see him top 2 because I think that he looked so good guest posing next to Hunter that you can see he's got the size, and he looks like a shorter guy when he stands by himself, but he's actually like 5'8", and he's got a huge amount of thickness. So I think he's top 2. What do you think, Callum?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of him, to be honest. Like,
Yep.
I don't know the whole lineup, to be honest, for the New York Pro, but from what I've seen of his recent picks, he's a young, I think, isn't he? How old is he?
He's 26, man.
Yes, he's massive for a 26-year-old. It's crazy. But yeah, I'm a big fan. I have no idea where to place him just because I don't know who else is doing the show and how they're looking for in the opens, but I'm sure he'd do pretty well just from the photos and updates I've been seeing the last few months for sure.
Yeah. And then the last one here from O'Reilly says, if AJ, which is Andrew Jack, I assume, gets some hammies this off season, it's over for everyone, brah. I like how you did that. Yeah.
But he's going to be. Andrew progressed anyway, so like you give him a couple months where he can eat a little more, and he's going to come back with definitely some improvement. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Andrew Jack is an absolute freak, man. And people have said I'm an Andrew Jack hater, when in other videos I'll say he's got one of my favorite physiques in the IFB Pro League. I just literally might say, but from the back he falls down, and people are like, oh, you're a hater. Why do you hate him so much? I'm like, dude, I said he's got one of the best ab and thighs I'd say ever, one of the better front double biceps ever. He's got some freakiness, and if he can improve those other poses, man, like. His back has improved as well, so if it just keeps getting better and better, and the conditioning comes through on that side leg, because it was way better at the Arnold than the Olympia, he's going to be trouble for anyone.
And I feel like the Arnold, like he looked like a little flat, So if he makes some improvement and comes a little fuller, is the combination with now that we know he can nail his conditioning, I think it's just gonna get better from here on. So.
For sure.
That's the thing was just getting started.
Yeah, so everyone tune in this weekend. Hopefully Callum can get that footage to me, man. That'd be much appreciated. And hopefully
I'll take some for sure.
Hopefully we can get some content from you, and I'll be able to update people of how you've gone over weekend in the Daily Bodybuilding News lives. And man, if you're right up there, obviously come back on the channel and we'll do another interview on the whole experience. And I think I'd like to get back on anyway, man. So
yeah, sounds good to me. Always down.
Awesome, man. Absolutely love it. Thanks so much for coming on once again. Now, how do people find you, follow you on social media and all that as well?
Just my name, Callum Hinze, with the E on the end, but don't pronounce it like that on Insta. But yeah, I'm on Insta, I'm on YouTube, I'm on all the good stuff. So yeah.
Cool. So search up Callum. He's definitely one of the earlier followers, rather than being one of the ones that gets on when he's like on 1 million and winning classic Olympia titles and stuff. Stan, how do people find you? What's your Instagram handle and stuff? Because I actually haven't listed it in the description of this video because I was rushing.
I don't know. It's Stanimal9 on Instagram. It's my main page, and then Stanimal TV on YouTube.
Awesome. So go follow those pages. And that's it for this one. Best of luck tomorrow, Callum. We'll be updating people here on Desktop Bodybuilding. So everyone subscribe, hit the notification bell button. That way you'll be updated on everything that goes down with Callum over the weekend. Plus you won't miss out on any other videos from Desktop Bodybuilding. So for myself, Xavier Wills, Callum Hinze, and Stanimal Stan de Longeaux, we are out.
Boom.